Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So, we got Roshi. I did manage to pull him, as probably some of you have seen already from the Peppy Gal event, right? And we are fully Link level 10 now. It did take me a little bit. I got him done yesterday. We played him a little bit on stream last night after the producer's letter. So we're just going to go ahead here and test him out in an event. This is the kind of build I went with so far. It's, kind of balanced. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, right? Mainly because it's a 55% Roshi. You can't really do a whole lot. We do have Truth's Roshi as like kind of like a judgment of the difference between maxed out Roshi and about a bit lower Roshi. Alright, so let's get into this here. Alright, so one big thing about Roshi that I just want to make very clear, right? I am really not a fan of how they designed his leader skill. It's just not my cup of tea. Now, do I like being able to run the Peppy Gal characters? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I like the fact that it's Roshi that's leading them? No, not really. And that's just because it's not really beneficial to the actual girls themselves. This sucks is oh, never mind. That sucks is gonna get sealed, but she dodged it, so there we go. But as I was gonna say, right, it's not beneficial to the girls themselves because the best part about the Peppy Gal team is their links, right? How well they actually work well together. Because they get a lot of like really important stats like dodge chance, crit chance, right? Really high key, right? From being linked together. And Roshi, of course, doesn't link well with them at all. But he does support them, so you can at least get some buffs out of that. So it's kind of awkward for the girl characters. If STR Videl EZAs, I'm probably just gonna run her if I want to run the Peppy Gals. Right. 12 million at a Keflet, okay. Thanks, girl. Very big ups. Sick. Alright, so another big thing about Roshi is, right, the main usage of Roshi is kind of in this like slot 3 area, so we're probably not going to see Roshi himself do a whole lot here, and that's just kind of a product of how he's built. He's not really made to be like a main rotation character, which I feel like is kind of conflicting with his design, because his design in his kit, like his passive, he has many parts of his passive that specifically require him to have characters on rotation, right, i.e. Bulma and Peppy Gals, right? I feel like if he was gonna get stuff like that, he needed to be all in one direction. I've been saying this the entire time, right, that Roshi has come out, that I feel like Roshi is a conflicted character who is quite good, but has some issues. And by that I mean, again, like he gets monstrous attack and defensive buffs if he has Peppy Gals on his team, and then even more so if Bulma's on the team, he gets an even higher like attack and defense, or not even defense, just 82% attack. Like, he doesn't need these things to function properly, right? But he does have them. And it does make it kind of weird to, like, build his team, in my opinion. So, it's just like one of those things that I wish could be changed and adjusted, but there's nothing that we can really do about that, and we just kind of have to play with it as it is. It doesn't, like, hinder him too much, because at the moment, right, characters like some Peppy Gals, like 18, like Bulma, they are quite good, right? They are very, very good. So it doesn't matter. But I can see it being an issue in the future. Same thing with his Turtle School restriction, where he needs 2 other Turtle School allies. Obviously, one of them is just himself, right? So that's not that big of a deal. But when it comes to going forward, right, you're pretty much just using the UI Gokus, and if the UI Gokus aren't good anymore, like, we're gonna need meta Gokus, right? It's just gonna be something that we're gonna need in the future for Roshi to keep being good. I do also have an issue with his support, like, categories, the ones that he gives them to Peppy Gals and Turtle School. I think giving it to Peppy Gals makes sense because he's leading the Peppy Gals and he doesn't link up with them at all, right? So that makes sense giving him that. Also, you can clearly see he does good damage, right? But when it comes to Turtle School, I get why he leads Turtle School, but there's a couple of characters that I think miss out on that pretty heavily. I would have liked that if it was just like if they threw in all three of his categories, right? Turtle School Youth or Turtle School Boyhood Saga or Dragon Ball Saga and Pepe Gals. If he had all of those, I think I'd like them a bit better, because characters like Path to Power Kid Goku, who is not on Turtle School, by the way, right? He does not get any benefit from Roshi's support. Another character that I really like running nowadays, just because I think he's really fun, is the Int EZATN from the World Tournament, right? He doesn't get any buff from Roshi's support, despite being on the 200% lead, and I think that kind of like hinders characters like that, right? So I would have preferred if like there was another category that was like Boyhood, whatever, Dragon Ball Saga, right? If that was a part of the actual leader skill, I think I would like that a lot, right? It would just work. It would just work really well. 16 million out of Kefla, by the way. And I mean, that's just kind of like my generic thoughts, right? Because as much as I like how this team kind of functions and feels, it's very, very hard to properly judge this because you're reliant so hard on other characters being good, and also the fact that Roshi, who, when he comes to Global, who he will come to Global by the end of the year, they said that last night, right? It's gonna be hard. Oh my god, this is copyrighted music. Okay, well, I forgot there's this song in here. It's gonna be hard to actually run Roshi, because if you're gonna run Roshi, you're gonna run him on his team, and there's like no Roshi left friends. It's literally my Roshi, Nano's Roshi, and Truth Roshi, who is, you know, probably the only other Roshis on the goddamn friends list, right? It's very, very hard to run this character, and I think that is important when you're talking about like the summonability of these kind of units, because if you're not able to even use them, like what's the goddamn point of like getting them in the first place, right? So that's just like kind of like my thoughts on Roshi himself. I do think he's good though. Like, I've never said he's bad. I just think he's conflicted, right? He's just one of these conflicted characters who like kind of wants to be the pseudo carry of the team, but also just makes the other units better. I would have preferred if they gutted a little bit of his attack and gave him a bit more defense, right? Because he can eat attacks well. I would just like him to eat them better. That way I'd be actually incentivized to use him on main rotation, because he's an attack stacker, right? He gets this massive buff and he has a Bulma, but like his damage reduction also runs out, so it's kind of awkward to like fully utilize him. So I would have much preferred if they just took out that 82% attack from being with Bulma. I get why he has that, so that his unit super with Bulma, the full power Kamehameha, is better, right? This 12 million, right? And so that this attack hits hard, but I would have liked if it also made him a bit tankier, because like he has 2 unit super attacks and they just do the same thing, right? I would have easily preferred if they just gave him some other extra defensive ability. That way he's not kind of like in this thing. Okay, let's see how he eats this. This is a super attack for a bit. I think it's like over 2 million. How does he eat this? Probably pretty good, yeah. Post double super, I would expect him to eat that pretty well. It's just one of those things, one of those quirky things. I don't want to use the Tech UI domain, because then he's not going to attack. Right? Age UI is going to kill. So I can't really use the Tech UI domain here. And then, because like if you use Tech UI's domain and he doesn't get any attacks off, he has 0% dodge chance. Right? If the rotation ends. Because you can already see the support from Roshi on this team is making all these other characters look absolutely ridiculous. Like, before Roshi came out, HOUI was only doing these numbers with the domain active and with his, like, revive buff. And now he's doing that without the revive buff and without the domain active. And without Roshi's support active. Just think about that. Right? It's kind of insane, like, how much he does. I'm going to probably hold back a little bit on this rotation because I don't want to kill Gogeta. Okay, well, this is going to be a really good turn for 18. Yeah, I'm gonna hold back just a teensy weensy bit. Try not to go too crazy. Just make sure that I live, right? Hopefully, you know, Kefla doesn't go absolutely bonkers and obliterates Gogeta. And then when we get to the next turn, we can see Roshi do his active skill. And that'll probably be it. Again, I think he's good. I think he's genuinely quite good. Is he worth something for? Hell no. Is his team good? Yes, but it's going to be kind of awkward, especially if it doesn't get any help. It's going to get the Pepe Gal banner in August, and it's probably going to get STR Vidal's EZA. But he's heavily reliant on other characters being good. I really wish I had Bunny Bulma. Bunny Bulma is a unit that I would 100% be running if I had her. It'd probably be over Tech 18, right? Because I would run the rotation of the two of the Bulmas together, right? Because remember, if you have the Bulmas linked together, Bunny Bulma has an 85% chance to dodge when she's fully built up, which is ridiculous. So, I like that rotation is legit. Kevla, don't crit. Just don't crit. You're looking great, honey, but don't crit. Don't crit. That way we can go to the next rotation and see a Giga Roshi. Okay, I need you to chill out a little bit, just a little bit. I probably shouldn't have given her all her orbs, but she also kind of needs her dodge chance. All right, chill. Thanks. Kevla looking great on this team, by the way. I do actually kind of really like running her on here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pop some of these active skills and stuff, and let's get. I mean, you shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna put him in slot 1. He's gonna die probably, but like hopefully he attacks. All right, let's just do a couple of these here. It'll also take out the copyrighted music, luckily for me. Alright, so now we got the Roshi active up, and he makes every unit look stupid. As you can see, the 1.2 million defense on AGL UI without his revive buff is kind of disgusting. Right? All things considered, it's kind of insane. Now, wait, how much damage does Gogeta's normals do? Because maybe we can do this. He is getting buffed by the domain, but maybe we can leave Roshi here. Because I do want to see his attack stat on this turn. He's not, again, he doesn't have the Pepe Gal allies, he doesn't have the buff up. Right, he doesn't have any of that. But he has his active skill. Oh, this guy's normals do nothing. Oh, but Roshi doesn't have any defense. Oh, yeah. Well, let's just do this. Again, this is not because Roshi's bad or anything. You're not supposed to do this anyway. I just want specifically to show Roshi super attack off. I want him to just do it. I could literally just put Tech UI in the front slot or use AGL UI's active skill and we'd win. But it's not about that. I want to see Roshi do stuff. And he would have died. He's not living this if we didn't use those. But I just wanted to see him go crazy. Alright, Roshi, what do we get? Yeah, 11 million. Okay. Pretty good. And that's his non-unit super attack, so he's not getting an attack stat from that at all. He can still do a triple super attack. Thank you, Roshi. Again, he also this crit chance is also locked behind having a Bulma on rotation. Right? So you have basically a very conflicted guy, right? He's good. He's really good. It's just an optimal setup for this team. You're not going to fully have his passive up the entire time, right? You're not going to have the Pepe Gal allies. You're not going to have the things. 18 million at, oh my god. And that's because of Roshi. Roshi support plus Roshi active skill. That's where all that damage came from. Yeah, point being, Roshi's good. Is he worth something for? Hell no. Don't you dare summon for Roshi. I only did it for Topo, and I ended up getting Roshi. Bunny Bulma apparently is going to be featured on the Pepe Gal banner in like 2 weeks. I might throw a summon in there, just because I really want a Bunny Bulma. Bunny Bulma was mad good. She's insanely strong. Don't let people tell you this, right? But I personally think she's better than Roshi. My personal opinion. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Let me know how y'all feel about Roshi in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.